Coming. It came out of the carton. It is a machine made by Shandong Film Machinery Factory. The LD75 power generator produced in 1978. Here this generator made by the studio. I believe it goes without saying, you know it. What does the machine do? That's what powers the movie projector. Then this video. We follow this one. Disassembly in progress. Also from the mountains. Brother Yang, the domestic restoration god of the East, to give it a perfect restoration. And here, by the spark plug, it has what looks like a button. This is the pressure reducing valve, or you can call him a decompression thimble. As the name suggests, its function is to relieve pressure on the cylinder. Make it easier for you to start the engine. After all, an old one-cylinder engine like this, every time the pull rope starts, all need to face the huge compression pressure in the cylinder. If you deadlift it, it's not only laborious, maybe even bounce thugs. So there's a little pressure relief device. Before starting, take the initiative to release the pressure in the cylinder. Make it easier for you to pull up. Brother Yang also turned on the cylinder. You can see that the inner wall of the cylinder is very clean. It's almost like a mirror. But the smoother the inner wall. No obvious cross-flight friction. On the contrary, it will lead to a decrease in the overall sealing because the sealing of the cylinder depends on the piston ring, while film and steel arm texture are guaranteed. The role of steel arm lines. It is used to stabilize the oil film, let the piston ring fit the steel arm better. Of course, he can still use it now. There will just be a compression drop, weak power and so on. The one to be disassembled next, it's the ignition system of the engine. Here it is. Will increase the rotation of the crankshaft to generate high pressure, and that's how you drive the spark plug to ignite the gas mixture in the cylinder. So, is to drive the entire engine. And this conical plastic jug, it's actually a dripstone lubricator. It's a very primitive lubrication system. Because in these honest engines, there is no oil pump, there's no pressure cycle. Can only rely on such a small lubricator to add oil. Little by little it seeps into the fuel tank. Construction again through the rotation of the crankshaft, and the oil is thrown into oil, and it covers the crankcase. Now, Brother Yang also successfully took half of the crankshaft box fit to take the other half and the whole crankshaft. Then you need to go to the other side. Disassemble this generator section. And when we turn on the headlights and look outside, the structure of the link is really revealed. You can see on the front end of the transition, it's a slip ring system with brushes. This detail is still very critical. Because is there a brush in the generator? It pretty much decided how he did his job. If it is a permanent magnet generator, diamonds have their own magnetic field. No power supply is required as a whole, then the whole structure will be simpler. But now we see something else. The presence of cream means that the magnetic field of this rotor, it's not fixed. It needs to be powered on to build. So, this is a forced magnetic generator. When current flows through the brush, when entering the number of turns of the rotor, a magnetic field is generated as the rotor rotates. This magnetic field will start cutting the custom coil, so the current is sensed. What's more interesting is what about this part of the current? He will be redirected back through the brush again into the rotor. It's a self-reinforcing cycle. From needing electricity to generating your own, and then to maintain itself with the electricity sent out. This is also the core of the historical generator, the working logic of the heart. In addition, from the understanding of the machine, we can learn that a series of parameters of this generator, like what rated capacity, power speed, frequency, etc. One of the 50 Hz frequencies and 3000 revolutions per minute is very interesting because of the generator. I want a steady output of 50 Hz. Then the engine must be locked at 3000 revolutions per minute to achieve this goal. Here it relies on an internal 3 claw speed regulation device which is constantly changing according to complexity, to fine-tune the throttle switch on the carburetor, so as to lock the speed at the key point of 3000 if the speed is unstable. Then the output electricity is not standard electricity. How about this? It may cause the entire power system to resonate. Hence then, to maintain a stable speed. For this old-fashioned, generators are very important. Finally, put this old-fashioned floating paper. Take apart the carburetor. Then Brother Yang has successfully completed this large dismantling process. You can see that there are a lot of parts. Then it's not too late. Immediately enter the repair process. First of all, the old oil pollution in the engine part. 2. We'll use gasoline. Cooperate with ultrasound for a round of cleaning. After cleaning, before further processing, you have to take this brand off first. Then Brother Yang will use paint remover to splash these paints on. Most of the old paint was removed. To this state, the following will enter the sandblasting link when physical impact through the spray. To remove residual paint from folk surfaces, membrane and rust, and the spray used here is a white steel bath. After sandblasting, after observation, except for some parts, it needs to be slightly corrected. Everything else is fine. You can directly enter the paint process. Here, Brother Yang will also prepare the primer first. In the gray epoxy primer, curing agent and diluent are added respectively. Epoxy primer, it's essentially a high viscosity quality. It can flow, but it lacks true structural strength. So, I need to add a curing agent to him. Let loose resin molecules join together, gradually moving towards a stable three-dimensional structure. The diluent added at the end can temporarily pull these molecules apart, make the entire system easier to flow and overflow in the process of drying and curing the paint film. The new century will also be slowly evaporated. Same, the ash here also needs to add a curing agent. Its essence is the same as the confidence just now, due to the addition of curing agent to solidify the molecular carving, reach the intensity it deserves. As for the exemption, Brother Yang chose this industrial equipment, often used green for spraying. But according to Brother Yang's introduction, as for this green, the seller actually sent the wrong goods. The time of repair belongs to the Spring Festival. Express delivery is not convenient, so it will be used. But the end result looks pretty good too. The next thing to notice is the rotor and stator parts. After testing, they don't have a big problem. So all you need is a good cleaning spray. That's it. What about these screws? The threaded part is no problem. Just a cold rash on the head. So Brother Yang will use the car window to test them. Do medical beauty. Then it will also connect to all other fixtures. Enter this flange treasure link together. But have you noticed here? This 78 thing, still holding a square nut. This is indeed very rare. So, here we go. All the parts that need to be processed have been processed. Now let's move on to the final assembly process. So let's start with this. This is the exhaust pipe of the engine being assembled. This is also a silencer. And these bearings, Brother Yang has also been replaced with a new one. In addition to that, like a piston ring, sealing gasket, oil seal these damaged kits, it also needs to be replaced. After fixing the crankshaft and pistons, then the crankcase can be, even the whole crankshaft-based motor generator. The core is assembled. Then from here we can also clearly see the so-called starter generator. In fact, it is to put an engine and a generator strictly tied together. They don't have complicated drivetrains. There is no variable speed mechanism. There's no buffer structure. There is only one central shaft that connects the crankshaft to the bottom when the engine is running. Rotational motion of the crankshaft will be turn you to the rear generator without reservation. So let's look at it a little bit more intensively. And that's by burning. Converts the chemical energy of gasoline into the kinetic energy of the crankshaft. And by driving the rotor to cut the magnetic induction line, convert kinetic energy into electricity. What about this one? It is a multi-star industrial interface socket. It's obvious, the old one is already very shabby. So Yang, brother, I also replaced him with a new one here. And this is a bit of a cluttered circuit board. It's actually the electrical core of the entire generator. All the current coming out of the windings will gather here first. After points, delivery to the outside. But the point is, it's not just the wiring. That's still accomplishing something very important. That's rectification. Because the rotor he needs is direct current, and the generator produces alternating current. So you have to go through these components, rearrange the current, then send it to the rotor. This creates a magnetic field. And that's where it all began. Generator, it's really self-sustaining. '66 The spark plug. It must also be close to the new line. At the same time, Brother Yang also took this test. High voltage ignition line corresponding to the root. As for this broken game shell, it can't be repaired by foaming a little bit. So you can only replace it with a new one. And the only new one here is this shell. Change other parts of the game. It can continue to be used. Finally, put the new foot pads, and the understanding of the generator is installed. Then this one was made in 1978. Shandong Film Machinery Factory. Production of starter generators. Also officially, repair complete. Let's follow the camera and review the repair. Comparison of appearance before and after. By the way, during debugging, Brother Yang thought the high-pressure bed burned. As a result, after disassembling the high-voltage package, found nothing. There is no way. Only online. Amoy to a second-hand button of the same style from 1996. After packing this new high-voltage package, the final test will be conducted. You can see it. The engine section has been successfully started. It just means that the machine has not been adjusted and stabilized yet. Will run out on your own. After carrier adjustment, now the operation of the engine is much more stable. However, for the testing of the motor part, we also need to install an electric box here to cooperate. At present, due to time constraints, Brother Yang still has a headache. Xiaobai will also sync when it is done. So that's it for this issues fix video. Thanks for watching. Joy and Hope, the country's special fine, wants to say goodbye to everyone. Again, thank you for coming to Max's Restoration. See you.